Oh, wow. I have to pick? Pretty much the ones about filmmaking.
Probably the Doug Phillips' worldview. He was talking about the most common errors with what Christians put into their stories. Right. It really hit home to me because I've written a bunch of what I realize now is junk, and I'm going back and just trying to salvage what I can take from that. It's mostly just practice, so that's huge for me.
My favorite session would be the music composition session, the cinematic storytelling. That was absolutely incredible, and that's something you don't really find other sources for learning. I was really impressed.
My favorite was probably the last one about the music, because I feel like music's so important with film. It makes the film, I think it's like 50% of the film personally.
I'm an animator, so I'm favoring towards anything that's animation.
Well, I liked all of them, every single one of them, the practical aspects and the theological aspects, but probably the one that would be on the top of my list would be the session that Mr. Phillips did where he examined the theological framework that we have to build theologically accurate, biblically based films.
I actually like the last one with all the music and stuff, showing the different composers from all the movies and how we should base our music off of theirs, but more Christian manner.
My favorite thing was it was kind of a collection of things. I think that number one was Mr. Ken Carpenter's messages on building a successful production company, because that's what I am doing right now. So that was like awesome.
It's probably Man of War. Or Man O' War. It was a very hilarious trailer that they did. Other than that, it was probably the music inside the film, the different kind of ways that they had it. I think those are my favorite too.
Man O' War.
My favorite lecture was Facing the Giants with Stephen Kendrick. Good guy. Awesome lecture, and he really knew what he was talking about, you can tell.
I really enjoyed Ken Carpenter's sessions, as well as Isaac Loggins that talked about pre-production and things like that, because that is something that I feel I really need to work on.
I liked the one on music. I guess I liked it, just a lot of the different concepts and things I didn't actually know, or like that.
Probably the music, if I had to pick one, just because it was a different subject that hasn't really been touched on very much.
Well, I have to say it was Man of War. That was, being a stop motion man myself, that was very interesting, although the ocean was cheating, that is for sure.
My favorite session was probably the sound design, because when we started doing a film, we realized how important good sound is, and it was just really neat to hear him cover something like that.
My favorite session had to be the one regarding music and sound clips, talking about the worldviews implemented there.
My favorite session was the short film production that Isaac Bodkin did, and he used as a prop or as a teaching tool his short film that he had done with his family.
My favorite lecture was definitely the lecture with Mr. Kendrick about how Christians are really making an impact in our culture. And that's just the most exciting thing, I think. It's just invigorating, motivating, and inspiring.